We need to remove his prostate. It's so inflamed it's putting his kidneys on the verge of complete failure. If we don't act fast, he could die. Those words spoken by my doctor left me paralyzed with fear. Prostate issues were destroying my life and robbing me of my manhood. The impending doom of being unable to use the bathroom normally like a regular guy, the embarrassment of sitting on the toilet like a girl while only dribbling out drops, and the humiliation of being unable to perform in the bedroom was terrifying. But as miserable and hopeless as it all seemed, I'm grateful that this prostate scare happened to me, because it led me to the discovery of a Japanese breakfast ritual so powerful you won't believe it. A ritual that within just a few weeks, without any major changes to my lifestyle, completely resolved my prostate issues, allowing me to wake up each morning refreshed, no longer bound by the shackles of nighttime bathroom trips. Enjoy days dictated by my desires, not my proximity to the nearest restroom, giving me the freedom to explore, travel, and engage in spontaneous adventures without worry, and rekindle the intimacy with my wife, unburdened by the physical discomfort and inability to perform that once cast its ugly shadow. With this ritual I'll be sharing with you, you'll again enjoy a steady, powerful urine flow on demand, ready whenever nature calls. You'll gain full control and complete emptying of your bladder and never feel stuck again. You'll restore your sex drive and stamina night after night, satisfying your partner's deepest desires. And you'll finally sleep peacefully and undisturbed through the night, allowing you to wake up refreshed and ready to tackle the day. Yes, you may be feeling skeptical, and as unbelievable as it sounds, this is all possible with an oddly simple and safe Japanese breakfast ritual you can do at home right now that has nothing to do with medications, injections, or surgery, and goes against everything you thought you knew about prostate health. You see, they want you to believe that prostate disorders are normal, but they're not. And in the next 3 minutes and 29 seconds, you'll be shocked as I reveal the hidden, sinister root cause of your swollen and painful prostate. It's all because of a toxic chemical buildup lurking in your urinary tract right now. A vile, noxious mix that scientists from Johns Hopkins, the Cleveland Clinic, and Harvard are calling poisonous pee. This isn't just any ordinary urine. It's a poisonous cocktail of harmful chemicals, toxic waste, and corrosive substances that are wreaking havoc on your body. This toxic brew is corroding your prostate, attacking it and irritating it, causing it to swell up like a balloon, choking off the flow of urine and eventually even destroying your kidneys. But don't worry, the solution is unlike anything you've ever seen or tried before. It's so simple and easy, it might just blow your mind. A Japanese breakfast ritual that within minutes starts filtering out the toxic poisonous waste in your pee, neutralizing the harmful chemicals and flushing it out of your body completely. An ancient Japanese breakfast ritual handed down from generation to generation and used by some of the healthiest people on Earth, a place where prostate problems are virtually non-existent, breaking you free from constant bathroom visits, the pitiful dribbling and weak erections that have now become your new normal, the anxiety over your worsening symptoms, and the possibility of needing catheters or surgery. This Japanese ritual swiftly soothes your prostate, infusing new vitality into your most intimate moments, while freeing you from the sleepless nights spent racing to the bathroom. At the same time, your body begins to heal from the inside out, because now, instead of merely masking the symptoms, you're attacking the root cause. The best part is that this solution doesn't require a prescription, which means it doesn't come with side effects like most mainstream pharmaceutical solutions. And it's been proven to work over and over again, thanks to groundbreaking new studies published in the Journal of Urology, Nature Urology, Frontiers in Medicine, and dozens more. My ultimate goal in sharing this is for you to be able to stop taking those alpha blockers, 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, and PDE5 inhibitors that cause dizziness, headaches, and impotence, and stop wasting your time, money, and sanity on things that don't work, or end up creating even more uncomfortable urinary and sexual issues. So far, an impressive 21,747 men from all across America have turned to this trusted remedy and have experienced rapid, life-changing results. Today, I'm inviting you to join them too. Are you ready to save yourself from years of sleepless nights, frequent urination, pain, and a lackluster love life? Are you ready to reclaim the life you once enjoyed, free from the shackles of prostate issues? If so, pay close attention to every word I say, because I'm about to expose the shocking truth that government officials are scrambling to keep under wraps, more so than any other health statistics, and how you can find out if you're also a victim with a simple 30 seconds toilet test that I'll share with you in a minute. So keep watching and you'll learn exactly what the poison is, and the Japanese breakfast ritual that wipes it out fast. No more midnight dashes to the toilet, or embarrassing leaks staining your clothes. No more strained, weak dribbles, no matter how hard you try to go. No more constant pressure making you feel like your bladder will burst, or weakened erections and lack of libido robbing you of your masculinity. Prostate disorders are robbing you of your happiness, but now you can take back control. Flush out the toxic chemicals turning your pee into poison before it's too late, before you're left catheterized, impotent, and wearing diapers. Imagine reclaiming those simple joys you once took for granted: sleeping through the night, playing with your kids or grandkids, and passionate lovemaking. Well, it's all within your reach. And in the next few minutes, I'll share the exact recipe with you inside this video. I'll hand you the power to reclaim your manhood and enjoy life again. This recipe provides long-term relief from the burning sensations and urgency that hurt so bad you want to scream, all while giving you back control over your bladder. And it will work for you, just like it has for so many others.
My prostate problem, apart from everything that comes with it, wrecked my personal life. My complete lack of erections and plummeting libido, it was so embarrassing. I felt less of a man, hopeless. But then I gave your method a shot, and I must say, I was shocked. Within days, my erections came back stronger than ever, and my libido surged like I was in my 20s again. And it's not just a physical change, it's a complete transformation of my confidence and masculinity. Your method is the kind of change men dream of, and I'm living it. Thank you.
I was always on edge, constantly searching for the nearest bathroom. But ever since I started your method, I pee like a racehorse. The freedom to enjoy long hikes, road trips, without the looming worry is truly liberating. Your method isn't just a change, it's a complete turnaround. I got my life back.
For the first time in a long time, I feel like a man again. And for the past 3 weeks, I've slept through the night. You've helped me regain control over my life, and my wife is thrilled with the new, or should I say, the old me. Thank you so much.
Every day, my inbox is flooded with messages from men who, just like you, had their lives changed after only a few weeks of adopting this simple, straightforward strategy. And just as it's transformed their lives, how will you feel when it works its magic on you? Imagine a life where the constant worry of finding the nearest bathroom doesn't hang over your head at every social gathering. No more unexpected interruptions in the middle of a good conversation. Think of the relief when you're free of concerns about your diminishing manhood. No more questioning glances from your partner. Say goodbye to the relentless fear of escalating health problems. No more sleepless nights spent in silent agony, wrestling with unrelenting pain. Intimacy isn't a minefield of underperformance or discomfort. Instead, you'll fully enjoy your favorite activities, free of guilt or shame. Picture the thrill of embarking on long hikes, endless play with your kids or grandkids, and the delight of a movie night, uninterrupted by frequent restroom breaks. You'll experience a newfound energy, your confidence will bounce back, and you'll glow with health and vitality you haven't experienced in years. All because this highly effective Japanese breakfast ritual zeroes in on the root cause of your frequent restroom visits and other prostate-related disorders. The rogue invader I'll be sharing with you in just a moment. And once you get it handled, you'll have the tools to defeat it forever. I guarantee this is the first time you've heard about this solution. The big greedy pharmaceutical industry, worth billions, is doing everything it can to hide it from you and remove this video. Their whole business depends on you worsening and staying their customer for life. But time is running out. I don't know how much longer we have, so listen up and watch this video to the very end. In this must-see presentation, you'll be shocked when you learn what this prostate poison is and why so many men are infested with it. It's not about your genes, hormones, age, or anything else you've been led to believe. Understanding this one thing has changed thousands of men's lives, eliminating their bathroom issues and allowing them to stay active and free. I'll show you a step-by-step guide of exactly how they're doing it so you can do it too. I'll also reveal the #1 bathroom mistake millions of men are making. Trust me, you'll think twice about reaching for that new toilet paper roll. Plus, I'll share scientific studies from top universities that back up everything I'm saying. All of this and a few more surprises are coming your way. It's time to break free from the chains of a swollen and irritated prostate once and for all. The time is now. Are you ready? My name is Jeff Simmons. I'm not a doctor, scientist, or fitness guru here to bombard you with medical lingo. I'm a 57-year-old medical recruiter for a large nationwide hospital chain, living with my beautiful wife, Lisa, and our 2 kids, Jake and Emma, in sunny Orlando, Florida. In 2017, I was part of a team that coordinated the massive mobilization of medical staff during Hurricane Irma. I share this because I know what it feels like to lose control. Just like a hurricane can swiftly transform a beautiful day into a living nightmare, so too can prostate problems. That happened to me, and perhaps you're experiencing something similar. My story might sound familiar. I met my wife in my 20s and we fell madly in love. We were full of life back then, and I never gave a second thought to my health. However, as time rolled on and I hit the big 5-0, an unwelcome and unpleasant change began to sneak in. Frequent, urgent bathroom visits, mostly during the night. Initially, I tackled the issue head-on, as I always did with my health. I stopped drinking liquids close to bedtime, cut back on caffeine, and even started a course of prescribed prostate medication. For a while, these changes took the edge off. My nights became more peaceful and less disturbed. However, right after I turned 55, things quickly spiraled out of control. The bathroom visits became more frequent, and the things that once worked stopped yielding the same results. My doctor emphasized the gravity of the situation, telling me that my prostate health was declining and that it was putting undue pressure on my kidneys and bladder. Nothing worked. The relentless bathroom trips wouldn't stop, and I tried everything. Prescribed prostate meds, completely cutting out caffeine, even bladder training exercises my urologist recommended. I shelled out thousands to consult with top scientists, tried new and experimental treatments, and purchased anything that promised relief. Every alpha blocker medication out there, Flomax, Cardura, or Uroxetrol, or 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, such as Proscar or Avodart. But things only got worse. The meds, initially helpful, soon started causing distressing side effects. I felt nauseous, my head spun, and the world swam before my eyes as my blood pressure plummeted. I felt completely drained, lurking like a zombie trying to reach the bed, and those bladder exercises didn't help one bit. With each failed treatment, I slipped further and further into depression. It was wearing me down. I felt isolated and frustrated. My marriage was teetering on the brink. Intimacy felt like a distant memory, and as hard as it is to admit, being physically intimate became an insurmountable task. My wife and I barely spoke, and when we did, it was laced with frustration and despair. This went on for months. And instead of finding a solution, my problems compounded. Persistent fatigue, unending anxiety, and throbbing pelvic pain. My self-esteem plummeted, and I avoided all social interactions. I was terrified people might notice my frequent trips to the restroom. I would think about other men my age living their lives freely, not chained to a bathroom like I was. Why couldn't I be like them? What's wrong with me? These questions echoed in my mind. I remember looking in the mirror one day as I was shaving, and seeing a weak and pitiful man I hardly recognized. A man who wet his pants and couldn't perform in bed. The realization that I would be stuck with these prostate problems for the rest of my life hit me like a Mack truck. The truth is, I know exactly what you're going through, because I live the nightmare every day. Days blurred into weeks and weeks into months until one day the fear gripped me like never before. Suddenly, I found myself unable to pee. I was in dire need, but my body just refused to cooperate. The discomfort was more than just a nagging pain. It was a terrifying, gut-wrenching ordeal. It felt like a cruel betrayal from my own body. The fear of the unknown was so intense it was suffocating. I rushed to my doctor, desperate for answers, only to be told that this was a medical emergency. He sent me to the ER, where some smug intern shoved a plastic tube into my penis and drained my bladder. Then the doctor casually handed me a dozen home catheters, telling me to use one if it ever happened again. Unfortunately, it did. Just a week later, I found myself in the same situation. I pulled out a catheter and tried to remember the instructions they gave me, but I couldn't think straight. I was so desperate to find relief that I ripped something inside. The pain was excruciating, and there was so much blood. I felt the world spin, and before I knew it, I was out cold. My wife found me unconscious on the bathroom floor, covered in blood and piss. She called 911, and they rushed me to the hospital. They performed an emergency procedure to relieve my bladder and stop the bleeding. I was lucky to make it through the night. The next day, lying in that hospital bed with my wife clutching my hand, I felt a wave of anger and shame wash over me. Anger at a healthcare system that had ignored the severity of my condition for years, and shame for being such a pitiful and helpless man. But I didn't know what to do. The thought of not being around my family was unbearable. That night, my wife, with tears streaming down her face, begged me to find a solution. "You need to figure this out," she said. "You can't keep suffering like this." Her words must have reached someone out there, because the next morning, I was ready to go home. As I waited to be discharged, I started thinking about what my wife had said. She was absolutely right. There was no way I could live like this. But the doctors acted as if I had no choice. They seemed so sure that taking my prostate was the right answer. I wasn't convinced. So right then and there, I decided to do everything I could to find a solution. I wasn't going to leave the fate of my manhood to anyone. So, as soon as I landed back home, I began my research with a question that might seem crazy at first sight, but it was precisely what helped me unlock the mystery. Why does the prostate become inflamed? The answer is pretty clear-cut. The prostate becomes inflamed as a defensive response to potentially harmful substances it encounters. This led me to wonder, what triggers the persistent inflammation in the prostate? My theory was that the prostate continues to become inflamed as it persistently combats something it deems to be a threat. But what exactly? Was there something harmful present in men's prostates worldwide, irrespective of their age, genetic makeup, or health conditions? And if so, where did it originate from? The likely source appeared to be something external, potentially an environmental factor. So I started to delve deeper, exploring scientific studies and research data on the prevalence rates of prostatitis in America and other countries. The insights I gathered over several days filled me with a mix of anger and despair. Be prepared. What I'm about to share with you may provoke outrage, but I won't sugarcoat it. What's crucial to remember is that there is a solution. Here's what I discovered. If you were to delve into scientific papers and data illustrating the prevalence rates of prostate problems here in America, what you'd find is a whole bunch of different theories. But what's interesting is they all have one thing in common. They all talk about prostate inflammation. I mean, we all know that painful and swollen prostate is inflamed. But what nobody seemed to know is where that inflammation was coming from. It was bizarre. And when I say nobody, I mean it. I looked at over 150 studies and none had a clue. That was until I came across a paper published by researchers from Johns Hopkins University. They performed a comprehensive review of the medical literature and came to the following conclusion. We found evidence linking the presence of heavy metals in our water supply to increase urinary tract and prostate health issues in general male population. In other words, what they found is that our water, our everyday essence of life, directly triggers prostate inflammation. In a separate study, researchers from the University of British Columbia found a complex interaction between tap water and the prostate. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic found the same thing. In America, tap water and even certain alcoholic and soft beverages are contaminated with toxic heavy metals like lead, arsenic, and mercury. These microscopic heavy metal particles contaminate the urinary system, turning your pee into a poisonous stream, irritating and damaging the inner walls of your bladder, causing swelling and inflammation that ultimately leads to severe prostate conditions like BPH and even cancer. That's the kind of information government officials are clinging to with tooth and nail to keep hidden, because revealing it would hold elected officials accountable, something they desperately want to avoid. And with over 50% of Americans facing contaminated tap water due to aging water pipe infrastructure, costing an estimated $625 billion to repair, the next 2 generations of men are staring down the rusty barrel of prostate disease with no real solution in sight. And it's not just about those 50%. Over time, things will only get worse. The infrastructure will continue aging, and prostate health issues will skyrocket. You might say, but I don't live in an area with contaminated water. Unfortunately, even if your local infrastructure isn't ancient, everything is interconnected. Just like rivers and oceans, contaminated water will still make its way through your pipes at some point. Bottom line, heavy metals not only cause system-wide inflammation, but also make their way to your prostate and burn it from the inside out, like acid does to metal. But what I wanted to know was, how can I flush out the heavy metals from my body? There must be a way. I know you can try to prevent them from getting in. Yes, you can install $10,000 worth of water filters, but is that a guaranteed fix? Who has that kind of money laying around? And even if you think bottled water or beverages are safer, they still contain traces of heavy metals. So what I wanted to know was, if I can stop them from hurting my bladder and turning my pee into poisonous waste by working my way from the inside out. I'm not a doctor, biologist, or a chemist, so I didn't have the answer, but I knew someone who would. My old friend, Ryan. Ryan is a microbiologist who used to run the pathology lab at the first hospital I worked at. We go way back, but what I remember most about Ryan is that even as a microbiologist, he was skeptical of big pharma and mainstream medicine. He used to get into debates all the time with the medical staff, and he always won. He was brilliant, and when I called, he was as friendly as ever. We chit-chatted for a moment, and then I got to the reason for my call. I explained my hopeless situation and how that without a solution, my prostate would soon be on the chopping block. I also explained my theory on how prostate problems were connected to tap water and the heavy metal particles in it. As I shared my research, I paused momentarily to make sure Ryan was still with me. All I heard was silence. At first, I thought he might have hung up. Then he cleared his throat and said, "Everything you're telling me is spot on." He explained that prostate inflammation actually begins when we're young, but in young men, the cell regeneration process is 10 times faster than it is later in life. Take pee color, for example. When we're young, it's almost transparent like water, but as we age, it turns more yellow and can even become brown. And it's not just the color, it's the smell. Why do you think old people's pee smells so bad? It's poisoned. Actually, you can try this 20-second toilet test right now to see the early signs. Next time you need to go, see if your pee is yellow, smells bad, and forms foam. It means it's contaminated, and your prostate is being poisoned. The contamination process leading to poisonous, toxic urine starts from a young age, but our bodies are strong enough to fight it by replacing damaged cells in time. However, as we grow older and the regeneration process slows down, our prostate starts lagging behind, leading to inflammation, BPH, and all the issues associated with poor prostate health. But, he continued, I might have something that could help. An incredible study published in the Prostate by a team of Japanese researchers found that the presence of 2 specific types of gut bacteria was directly linked to a 430% reduction in heavy metals in the body. In fact, in Japan, only 12% of men are affected by BPH in old age, while in America, the figure dramatically escalates to a whopping 80%, which is 4 out of every 5 men. It's hard to believe this is just coincidence. So, a boost in gut health and gut bacteria is the key to flushing out harmful heavy metals from your body, clearing the pee stream, and reversing prostate inflammation along with every painful, embarrassing symptom that comes with it. And here's why. Some gut bacteria have a unique trick up their sleeve. They block harmful particles from being absorbed through the intestine walls into the bloodstream by sticking to them like flies to flypaper. Instead of entering the bloodstream and ultimately the urinary tract, these good bacteria keep the harmful particles inside the intestines, so you just poop them out when the time comes. But there's a catch. Only a handful of people have these 2 strands of good bacteria in their gut. And to make matters worse, the heavy metals in the water also mess with your manhood. Most people are aware that heavy metals are bad for your health, Ryan continued, but when it comes to men, there's also something else that takes a hit. Testosterone. Ryan explained that heavy metal contamination in the urinary tract also lowers testosterone levels in men. Then he shared a study published in the Journal of Physiology, Endocrinology, and Metabolism, showing that acute inflammation reduces testosterone production by up to 30% in 6 hours. Think about that. One bout of inflammation can hammer your testosterone. Now imagine what long-term chronic inflammation does to your T levels. It can wipe them out. According to Ryan, prostate inflammation caused by heavy metals and poisonous pee sets off a chain reaction unique to men, ultimately disrupting not only your prostate health, but your hormone balance too. Remember those heavy metals you mentioned, Ryan asked? Well, it turns out, according to a study published in the Journal of Urology, these heavy metals are found not only in regular tap water, but also in common foods and bottled drinks. This causes increased inflammation, damaging not only your prostate and urinary system, but also your gut and testosterone levels. I felt overwhelmed, realizing this wasn't as easy as I thought. If we can find a way to permanently boost gut bacteria, it could be the key to treating your prostate problems and helping others too. When I asked what to do next, he admitted, I wish there was an easy fix, but as far as I know, there isn't a definitive answer. When I first called him, I felt like I was on the verge of a real solution. Now it felt like it was a million miles away. Hey, don't give up. I need some time to look into this, he said. I have some friends who are urologists and they're pretty cutting edge. Let me see what I can find out. As I hung up the phone, I felt so defeated. And let me tell you, those weeks following my call with Ryan were some of the roughest I've ever experienced. My symptoms only seemed to intensify, making it nearly impossible for me to find comfort. I was on the verge of giving up entirely and accepting the fact that they were going to yank out my prostate. It was one of the darkest times of my life, but I believe God was listening to my prayers because a few days later, Ryan called and left a message. In it, he said he'd been working on something that he thought could really help me, potentially turning the tide in my favor. I called him back immediately. When I did, Ryan told me he'd made some key findings. He explained that during his research, he discovered that the rate of prostate problems in America is 600% higher than in Japan. And after a closer look, he found that it was all thanks to what he called a simple Japanese breakfast ritual. As he spoke, I could tell he was extremely excited to share all this with me. And for good reason, because if this Japanese breakfast ritual was even half as powerful as research suggested, it was obvious it could transform the lives of men everywhere, helping them enjoy restful, uninterrupted sleep instead of middle-of-the-night bathroom trips. Picture being able to take a long car ride or sit through a movie without worrying about where the nearest restroom is. Think about what it would feel like not to dread going out in public, fearful you might not make it to the bathroom in time, or being able to make love to your partner without pain or embarrassment. That's how high the stakes were. I listened closely as Ryan explained everything. As it turned out, in Japan, they eat a lot of fermented foods. Things like miso, a paste made from fermented soybeans and grains, including barley and brown rice. Natto, a favorite fermented food served on rice. And nukazuki, vegetables pickled in rice bran. According to Ryan, during the fermentation process of these traditional Japanese pickles, natural bacteria feed on the sugar and starch in the food, producing lactic acid. This process creates powerful strands of probiotics, and that's exactly the friendly bacteria I was looking for. These special probiotics help balance your gut flora, aiding digestion and boosting your immune system. But more importantly, they stick it to the heavy metals in your gut, so you can literally flush them out when you poop. This leads to less inflammation and fewer prostate problems. But it gets even better, because according to Ryan, the strains of probiotics in these fermented foods can be isolated and combined with other nutrients that specifically enhance prostate health. That's when Ryan revealed his 3-step plan. Starting with step 1, keeping your health in check starts by tackling the infamous heavy metals, balancing your system, and boosting your gut flora. Ryan was clear. Reinforcing gut bacteria is a must-do first step. It's like sending in reinforcements to the front line of your body's first line of defense. Without it, you're left vulnerable to enemy attack. More pain, unwanted drips, inconvenient urgency, and those awkward bathroom problems we guys don't like to chat about. So Ryan started with a strong mix of probiotics with a whopping 50 billion good bacteria. This blend was specifically created with men's health in mind. Leading the charge is Lactobacillus luteum. This good guy targets the buildup of heavy metals and minerals, usually found in tap water and bottled water, neutralizing them and getting them ready to wash out while you're on the throne. Next up, Lactobacillus fermentum. It helps control bad cholesterol, which left unchecked can mess with your prostate. Then there's Lactobacillus gassera. If you've noticed your belt feeling a bit tight, Ryan says this specific good bacteria is proven to help lose belly fat. He also included L. rhamnosus, which helps balance out the bad bacteria in your gut, and that's not all. L. rhamnosus also reduces the anxiety caused by prostate problems by increasing GABA levels in the brain. Pretty cool, right? Next, he included Bifidobacterium breve. This strain is important because it stimulates your T cells and gets your immune system fighting off your prostate inflammation. Overall, Ryan picked 14 probiotic strains to address these specific symptoms associated with prostate problems. Then, he moved on to step 2, which is to wipe out the heavy metals and mineral buildup that has already made it to your bladder and prostate and nourish your neglected manhood. According to Ryan, with the gut fortifying handle, it's important to address those toxic particles festering around your bladder and prostate. Remember, the poisonous yellow smelly pee I was telling you about earlier? Well, that affects the prostate too. So without addressing the toxic poisonous pee and prostate simultaneously, moving on to step 3 would be difficult, if not impossible. To do this, he recommended saw palmetto. More than likely, you've heard of saw palmetto. Men in Europe have used saw palmetto for ages to treat swollen prostates and get that urine flowing again. But what you probably didn't know is that saw palmetto prevents these harmful particles and minerals and other bad bacteria from clinging to your prostate lining. It also blocks DHT, which, as I mentioned earlier, increases due to lower testosterone levels. This means no more inflammation or mad dashes to the bathroom. Ryan also recommended incorporating iodine and grapeseed extract. Iodine is a potent sterilizer, cleansing away and flushing out the accumulated gunk around your prostate, dissolving it effectively. Its powerful antimicrobial properties help to eliminate harmful mineral buildup, bacteria, viruses, and fungi, creating a cleaner environment for your prostate to get back on track, while grapeseed extract floods your prostate with antioxidants to nourish, protect, and support healthy cell function. The goal here is to purge the toxic contaminants already inside your prostate, causing chaos, and pump in vitamins and minerals to get your prostate strong and healthy again. This brings me to the third and final step. Step 3, calming inflammation and shrinking your prostate. At this point, Ryan explained, we've secured the gut bacteria and kicked out the troublemakers, but we still have to get the swelling and inflammation under control. That's why he recommended 2 superstar ingredients that work hand in hand to achieve that goal. First up, beta-cytosterol. Ryan calls it the deflate button because it rapidly reduces swelling and shrinks your enlarged prostate back to size. Beta-cytosterol blocks 5-alpha reductase, the enzyme responsible for converting testosterone into DHT and ramping up prostate cell growth. It also lowers inflammatory cytokines and quiets down all that burning and stinging when you pee. Now the next ingredient, Vi-nitrox, is like bringing in the fire department to extinguish the last remaining flames. It's made from concentrated grapeseed extract and turbocharges nitric oxide levels in your body. This opens up and relaxes those contracted muscles around your prostate and urethra. You'll see that urine start flowing freely again. So beta-cytosterol reduces the swelling while Vi-nitrox relaxes the muscles. Power pairing these two gives your prostate major relief. That all sounds good, right? But what are the actual results? Of course, I was the first person to try it. I had to wait a few weeks for all the ingredients to show up, and when they did, I measured the dosages of each per Ryan's instructions. Then I started taking it every single day. Well, after the first few days, I didn't feel much, and if I said I wasn't disappointed, I'd be lying. But soon enough, when I woke up one morning, I could feel something had changed. That deep pelvic pain that felt like someone kicked me in the nuts was gone. I couldn't believe it. Slowly but surely, I started sleeping through the night. I was waking up refreshed and full of energy. It wasn't long ago I needed a catheter to empty my bladder, and I wore adult diapers. Now here I was peeing on my own. It might not seem like a big deal to some people, but to me, it was a miracle. If you've been struggling just to take a leak, you know exactly what I mean. And my wife, well, she couldn't be happier. Our sex life is more active and satisfying than ever, and it's not uncommon for us to spend all day in bed on a Saturday. It was like my prostate issues never existed. My doctor couldn't believe it. He scratched his head at the idea that I could go from a bulging bladder and inability to pee by himself to a completely healthy and functioning prostate in just a few short weeks. But the transformations were just beginning. After my success, we decided to ask more men to test the formula. Ryan wanted to make sure it really worked. Men of all ages and backgrounds raised their hands and were more than willing to try. And when the results came back, we were shocked. Men who couldn't pee normally for years reported a strong, healthy stream. Others couldn't thank us enough because they no longer had to deal with kidney and bladder problems, while others shared how, like me, they also canceled their surgeries because they no longer needed it. The results were way better than expected, and every heartfelt message I received was just another confirmation that I couldn't keep this life-saving treatment all to myself. How could I? Knowing that men everywhere are suffering just like I was, dependent on catheters or diapers and facing surgery. So I asked Ryan if he'd be willing to help me and make this amazing gift available to as many men as possible, and he instantly agreed. But in order to get this miracle to everyone out there going through the pain and shame that I went through, we knew that we needed a partner to mass produce his amazing formula and help us manufacture and package it. And quality was our top priority. I myself have taken natural solutions only to discover that what was inside the bottle and what was written on the bottle were two very different things. So we searched high and low for a company we could trust and found a company that always does their research and provides supplements with only the most potent ingredients, shipped from all over the world from secure and trusted sources, who can formulate and package in an FDA-approved GMP quality facility right here in the USA. That's why now I'm so proud to introduce ProstaBiome, a one-of-a-kind, 100% natural, scientist-developed health solution that tackles the root cause of an enlarged prostate, a buildup of toxic heavy metals found in regular tap water. Imagine this. You wake up each morning and, as part of your routine, you take ProstaBiome. You can enjoy it with your breakfast or pair it with your tea, coffee, juice, or whatever beverage you prefer. The key is consistency. Make it a daily habit. ProstaBiome is a powerhouse of 18 scientifically validated potent ingredients that reinforces your gut bacteria, eliminating inflammation and flushing poisonous heavy metals and mineral buildups from your system. The meticulously chosen probiotics and 18 prostate-nurturing elements in ProstaBiome are unlike anything you've ever encountered. Each bottle is proudly produced in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility, adhering to sterile, strict, and precise standards. We ensure regular sanitation of the equipment used to process the ingredients and package our bottles. ProstaBiome is non-GMO and safe. It's free from harmful stimulants or toxins, and it's not habit-forming. Since its introduction, ProstaBiome has brought relief to over 21,786 men. Guys like Terry P. from Los Angeles, California says,
I had almost given up. I was getting myself ready for the embarrassing and unavoidable diaper stage. But ProstaBiome has been a godsend. The constant need to urinate, the discomfort, the sleepless nights, all of it a thing of the past now. It's only been a couple of months, and I'm back in the saddle. My wife is still in shock. Wow.
ProstaBiome has been a lifesaver for me. I was dealing with so much discomfort and frustration, but since I started taking it, those issues have vanished. I can focus on my work and enjoy my hobbies without constant interruptions. I am free.
By now, you're likely eager to try this cutting-edge solution for yourself. And why wouldn't you be? Because ProstaBiome is the first scientifically backed prostate supplement that empowers you to shrink your prostate and regain control over your bladder at lightning speed. So, bearing all this in mind, let's talk about how you can get your hands on ProstaBiome today. First off, we refuse to cut any corners. With ProstaBiome, you're always guaranteed a premium state-of-the-art product that's been clinically tested and proven to work. We've never held back when it came to formulating it, especially since only a select few laboratories in the world can handle probiotics and plant sterols with such precision and care that they maintain their properties, allowing them to do their job rebalancing your gut bacteria, cleaning up the poisonous pee stream, and eliminating the inflammation-causing chemicals irritating your prostate and causing pressure on your bladder. The bottom line is, quality like this doesn't come cheap. However, when you compare the price of ProstaBiome with scores of formulations containing outdated generic formulas that barely help, and given the scarcity of real solutions for BPH, urinary tract, and kidney infections, we could easily offer this at its original retail value of $197. And considering the results our customers have achieved without having to endure any embarrassing and uncomfortable rectal exams or costly surgeries, most of them said they would pay it without hesitation. But here's the thing, we're not here to put a price on your health or the peace of mind that being free from prostate trouble brings. So I asked Ryan, and he agreed to keep the price very low, just to cover the cost of the ingredients and at least part of the research time that my team and I have invested, while keeping the site running for as long as possible. But crunching the numbers to get the price down was tough. But ultimately, after going back and forth with accounting for almost a month, we found a way to do it. We decided to cut out the middleman, and instead of selling it in stores, make it available exclusively on this website and pass all the savings on to you. That means you don't need to invest $197 to transform the health of your prostate and urinary tract. Not $165, not even the current price of $147, where it would still be a bargain, considering what this unique formula can do. But as I mentioned earlier, my ultimate goal with ProstaBiome has always been to make it accessible to as many men in need as possible. So today, exclusively on this website and nowhere else, you can get your 30-day supply of ProstaBiome for a one-time 100% risk-free investment of only $59. $59 for this cutting-edge formula. That's only $1.97 per day for a new life. That's cheaper than the coffee you enjoy in the morning. Now, ever since we launched ProstaBiome, many of my customers have shared it with their friends and family members, and we realized this put a tremendous strain on our inventory, causing us to sell out each new shipment within only days of receiving it. Plus, because we only allow the best ingredients and extracts in our manufacturing process, we only make ProstaBiome in small batches, which very often takes as long as 3 months to deliver, which means when we run out of inventory, you may have to wait at least 3 months to get your hands on ProstaBiome. We apologize for this, but we have to be very strict when it comes to the quality of our products, even if it does cause delays sometimes. However, as long as you're on this page, our system automatically places a hold on our inventory for you. So as long as you don't leave this page, we've got some ProstaBiome set aside just for you. However, if you do leave, we can't guarantee your supply when you come back. That's why we recommend getting at least 3 bottles of ProstaBiome at a time, and 6 if you want to be completely safe. If you order a 3 or 6 month package, we'll give you an even bigger discount and additional bonuses. Here's why. While many of our users notice changes in as little as a few weeks, the real magic happens when you take it for at least 90 days. We've seen the effects of ProstaBiome on a lot of men. That's why I recommend you take 1 full dose daily for at least 90 days, just to make 100% sure your gut is balanced. Honestly, I can't estimate how many toxic heavy metal particles have accumulated, nor how inflamed and irritated your prostate has become. This depends on many factors, like antibiotic exposure, your diet, what household products you use, and even your immune system. But especially if you're over 40 years old and you've been prescribed antibiotics at least twice in your lifetime, I recommend you take ProstaBiome for at least 3 to 6 months. 6 months if you want to be sure not a single trace of poisonous heavy metal waste is left, no matter how long your prostate's been infested. 6 months of ProstaBiome will also rejuvenate your entire urinary tract, help balance your gut, and supercharge your libido and stamina. You can forget about ED or low energy. The healing ingredients of ProstaBiome have enough time to build up and thrive in your gut, urinary tract, and body, clearing everything that shouldn't be there and continuously reinforcing and freeing your prostate and bladder. This means the longer you take ProstaBiome, the better you feel, while good bacteria bolsters your gut and eliminates the toxic contaminants from your body. In the meantime, the more your prostate shrinks, the better and easier you pee. Your journey toward relief is making strides with each passing day. And it would be quite unfortunate to come so close to saying goodbye to an enlarged prostate forever, only to discover you've run out of ProstaBiome. Missing only a few days of ProstaBiome could lead to a swift return of the toxic mineral buildup that your body hasn't flushed out yet. This could disrupt or slow down your entire process, while you wait for what could be months for a fresh batch of this unique and advanced formula to become available again. And when it finally is, even if we're able to procure all the necessary ingredients again, that is, you might find that the price has doubled. But if you take advantage of our absolute best deal now, the complete 6-month supply not only will give you an impressive $648 discount off the retail price, but will even include your shipping and handling for free. And on top of that, we'll also include 2 very special free bonus gifts worth $148 on their own. The first bonus, The Strength of T, Enhancing Testosterone Levels for Optimal Prostate Function, valued at $79. This guide will help you supercharge your journey to a healthier prostate by enlightening you on how to enhance your testosterone levels for optimal prostate function. Here's what you'll discover. 7 potent herbs and spices you can easily find in your kitchen that can naturally enhance testosterone levels and support prostate health. A surprisingly simple lifestyle hack that can help boost testosterone production and improve erectile function. The uncommon fruit that keeps both erectile dysfunction and prostate problems at bay, and easy ways to incorporate it into your diet. The 3 superfoods you should avoid at all costs to maintain healthy testosterone levels and prevent exacerbating prostate issues. And so much more. This guide is packed with valuable information that can change your life and elevate your testosterone levels. The next bonus is The Power of Performance, a man's guide to enhance sexual function, valued at $79. In this guide, you'll discover a unique strategy that morphs your favorite beverage into a formidable all-natural enhancer for robust, lasting erections. An easy-to-follow morning ritual backed by Harvard research that can supercharge your stamina by an impressive 41%, leading to improved bedroom performance. And one food item you should never eat if you're about to get lucky. You'll want to avoid it for at least 48 hours before sex. And that's just the beginning. I'm excited for you to have them. I want you to be thrilled with your purchase. So, in addition to your 3 or 6 bottles of ProstaBiome, we're also giving you these 2 bonus online guides worth $148, absolutely free. You'll gain instant access to them as soon as you place your order. That's how certain we are you'll love what ProstaBiome has in store for you. But please keep in mind, these amazing bonuses are only available for the 3 and 6 bottle packs. And if you only get the 1 bottle starter pack, we can't guarantee that when you come back, we'll have the same deal, or even if we'll have stock at all. As most of our customers buy the full 6-month supply, not only for themselves, but also for their friends and family who are also battling an enlarged prostate. And because the 6 bottle packs have free shipping, a larger pack makes shipping more affordable for us, so we can pass all those savings on to you. So don't hesitate to stock up today for maximum savings and safety. And please be aware that we only sell directly. You'll never see us pairing up with Big Pharma or selling out to places like Amazon, eBay, or other retailers like Walmart, because once you go large scale, you cannot ensure the same quality control. The only place you can order this prostate healing protecting formula is right here on this page. And this page will only be up for as long as we have remaining stock. If you're skeptical, I totally understand. You've tried numerous methods, spent a lot of money, and endured so much discomfort, and nothing seemed to work. I am so confident that ProstaBiome works that I will offer you our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't experience any dramatic improvement or are not content for any reason whatsoever, we will promptly issue a full, hassle-free refund. All you need to do is contact us within the first 60 days of your purchase. You can even return the empty bottles and we'll still refund your money. Just contact our friendly customer support staff and they'll be happy to assist you. The contact information is right on the bottle. This means you have 2 whole months to decide if ProstaBiome is for you or not. The choice is in your hands. Once you've made your selection, you'll find yourself on our secure checkout page that looks like this and has the same 256-bit encrypted technology that Apple, Google, and Microsoft all use to protect their sensitive data. After you fill out your information and credit card info, just hit the Complete My Order button, and once you've done that, 2 things will happen. First, your order goes straight to our warehouse. We'll ship your bottles that same day. And second, you'll get instant access to the digital bonuses in the members area for another surprise we prepared for you that you can only see once you go there. But I promise you'll like it. So act now. Secure your package while stock lasts. Because here's the thing, our offer is flying off the shelf, so now is not the time to hesitate. You see, creating a new batch of our product is a meticulous process that can take us anywhere between 6 to 9 months. We're committed to nothing but the purest ingredients. Anything less would compromise its efficacy. And finding these top-tier ingredients, it's a global hunt that takes time. We then conduct third-party lab tests for each ingredient to ensure our advanced formula delivers as promised. After passing the test, the formula is sent to our contract manufacturer in the USA for bottling. We only receive the batch in our warehouse once it's passed all tests. As you can see, it's a complex process involving many dedicated individuals. Yet, due to the current global situation, our distribution process is facing challenges. And with the demand for ProstaBiome skyrocketing, we're at risk of running out of stock. So if you're still on the fence, I can't guarantee it will be available later. Right now, thousands of men are rediscovering the joy of a steady, strong urine flow, free from embarrassment, pain, and fear of urinary incontinence. They're asking us for more bottles for themselves and their loved ones. That's why, if you're still deciding, I strongly encourage you to take action while ProstaBiome is still available. And when you do, consider our multi-bottle packages. That way you'll have the rare ProstaBiome formula on hand for the next several months, ensuring you stay supplied just when you're beginning to see its amazing results. Remember, ProstaBiome has to deliver as promised, or I insist you send back the bottles empty or not for a prompt and friendly refund. Our 60-day full money-back guarantee protects you. Thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation. You're one step closer to a life free from suffering. If you're still contemplating, consider what might happen if you don't choose ProstaBiome today. You could spend weeks or months searching for solutions while your prostate health deteriorates, or you're hoping the problem will simply resolve itself. Unfortunately, I've yet to hear of such a case. The longer your prostate is being poisoned, the more heavy metal particles will pass through it, and the more inflamed your prostate becomes. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's another option. Risk nothing at all today. Grab ProstaBiome right now and give yourself the peace of mind you deserve. So click below, enter your payment details on our secure order form, and place your order now. We'll immediately ship your bottles directly to your home. And remember, every 6-bottle order comes with 2 highly valuable free bonuses and free shipping to your door, no matter where you live. I can't wait for you to experience all the benefits ProstaBiome offers. Still there? Great. I want to address the most frequently asked questions about ProstaBiome here. I aim to ensure that you are entirely confident in your decision to start your journey with us today. How and why does ProstaBiome work? When it comes to your swollen prostate and your constant urge to urinate, scientists have discovered that the culprit is a buildup of heavy metals in tap, bottled water, and even food and beverage. These toxic contaminants poison your pee and eventually chew through your gut lining and make their way to your prostate. Over time, your prostate becomes inflamed and enlarged. ProstaBiome is a potent blend crafted by scientists designed to balance gut bacteria and eliminate those poisonous particles, flushing them out of your body and soothing inflammation. Over 21,747 satisfied customers have shown the effectiveness of ProstaBiome. The unique way to gauge ProstaBiome's effectiveness is by trying it for yourself today, using the exclusive risk-free offer available only on this page. Are there any side effects? ProstaBiome is designed to be safe for men of all ages and with various medical conditions. All our ingredients have been proven safe in clinical trials and are continually tested for purity and to ensure against toxins and contaminants. Moreover, ProstaBiome is produced in an FDA-approved facility, adhering to sterile, strict, and precise standards. With a clientele of more than 21,747, there have been no notable side effects to date, putting ProstaBiome among the purest prostate formulas available on the market. However, if you have a pre-existing medical condition or you're taking other prescription medication, we recommend showing a bottle of ProstaBiome to your doctor before taking it for your peace of mind. When and how should I take ProstaBiome? We suggest taking 1 full dose of ProstaBiome daily in the morning. You can consume it alone on an empty stomach, with coffee, tea, or with your breakfast. What if it doesn't work for me? Could you remind me about the guarantee? The continual positive results we observe reinforce our faith in ProstaBiome's ability to significantly improve the health of your prostate and urinary system. However, we understand that every individual responds differently, and a single solution may not work for everyone. Hence, every bottle of ProstaBiome comes with an unshakable 60-day money-back guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied with the results, simply return any unused portion for a full, no-questions-asked refund. How can I get started? Getting started is a breeze. Simply click the button below to navigate to our secure order checkout page. Enter your details and we'll promptly start the process of shipping ProstaBiome right to your doorstep. Your journey with us begins with a simple click below. Fill in your payment details on our secure order form and submit your order. We eagerly await to hear about your success story.